It's a cloudy Saturday morning. You just pulled an all-nighter to watch the grand finals of VCT Tokyo. While comparing your own gameplay to the pros, you feel powerless. Everything is worse. Your utility usage, your comms, your movement. But one thing stands out the most: your aim. Disgusted with your atrocious aim, you peruse the interwebs for the cheapest Valorant coach you can find. Wow, prices sure have gotten cheap. This coach says he'll pay you for coaching? It sounds like a scam, but he has a huge following. You tune in. You enter his chat and you ask your question. Woohoojin, how do I get aim like the pros? In droves, his viewers pounce on you. Aim doesn't matter, they say. Crosshair placement is all you need, they say. But the talking banana on the screen sees your message and he responds. How many times do I have to tell you guys? Aim is super important. You always misquote me on this because I think it's unhealthy to waste your time deep diving into the huge rabbit hole of aim training. Everyone should have a daily mechanics practice routine that they stick to. His words don't make sense. How are you supposed to find a good daily routine if it's a waste of time to do excessive research? But then you listen again. Fortunately for everyone here, I've spent the last month working with some of the greatest aim coaches in the world to build those routines for you. You can't believe your ears. You sit up and prepare to be given the ultimate practice routine. Before we get into the topic of aim training, I want to set the record straight. Mechanics are insanely important in Valorant. So important that any aspiring high-level player should be practicing their mechanics every single day. However, there's a common pitfall I see when it comes to mechanics. And by calling out this negative behavior, I've garnered a reputation for being anti-mechanics. That pitfall is known as the aim training iceberg. There's only one secret to great aim: consistent practice. You don't need the new final mouse. You don't need an artisan mouse pad. You don't need to spend 50 hours tuning your raw Excel curve. You need to practice. For students who understand that sometimes in life it's best to trust the experts, here's what I recommend as someone who's personally been down the iceberg. 1. Use an EDPI between 190 and 408. Your EDPI is calculated by multiplying your mouse sensitivity by your DPI. EDPIs lower than 190 are too slow and won't teach you to use your wrist. EDPIs above 320 are too fast and won't teach you to use your arm. 2. Use a large mouse pad that's designed for control. Avoid hard, smooth pads for tactical FPS. I can personally recommend the BenQ Zowie GSR. 3. Use an esports mouse from any reputable brand that weighs less than 100 grams. If you're lost in the sea of options, just get a Logitech G Pro Superlight. So, with that preamble out of the way, let's talk about how you should practice. I'm super excited to announce that I've been working closely with the professional aim trainers over at Voltaic to create 2 playlists hand-tailored for my community. If you haven't heard of them, Voltaic is home to some of the greatest aimers in the world. They're laser focused on providing high quality educational resources for aspiring top-level aimers, and their team has worked with countless professional esports athletes across the world. The following playlists are designed as practice routines. This is completely different from a warm-up. Even with well-paced resting periods, those who are not accustomed to extended aim training sessions may find themselves fatigued by this practice. Using it as a warm-up prior to your games may have a negative impact on your ability to perform. It is recommended that you play this routine after your daily Valorant matches, and ideally before you go to sleep. I have 2 playlists to share with you today. One for players rated Platinum and below, and one for players rated Diamond and above. Each routine is exactly 30 minutes long, rest included. The full playlist details will be linked in the description. Without further ado, enjoy the demonstration.